Well, we're on the front runner,
We are.
and we will soon be on our way to Ogden.
Yes.
Ogden. We heard that they're repainting the turbine, number 26, the locomotive here on our shirts, in anticipation of everybody coming to see the big boy. But since the big boy is arriving here in just a couple of days,
Yes.
if they're in the middle of painting it, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. But we also rarely get a chance to go to the Ogden Depot when there isn't a train show.
Right.
And then you get kind of stepped on and mobbed. It's
Right. You're just trying to get in the place.
it's such a massive train show, and everybody's there, and and then you're also focusing on models,
Right.
not focusing on
the
the
edifice
depot
itself,
and
yes.
the locomotives. Anyway, so we're heading up there to check out the new paint job that we have heard rumor of on turbine number 26. Well, oddly enough, just as we were arriving in Ogden, we got the word that the excursion with 844 had been delayed.
Oh my.
Yeah, they're going to be coming in double heading with the big boy.
Oh wow.
Now arriving at Ogden.
No real explanation for that, but I think we figured out a whole bunch of reasons why they've decided to not come in early with the 844 and just double head in with the big boy. Here at Ogden is the collection of locomotives. Isn't this something?
Looks like they have some kind of a tent here. What's the deal?
Well, that's where the 26 is normally parked, so I'm assuming that the turbine's inside the tent where they're painting it. They got a problem because 844 is supposed to be here, tomorrow.
Oh.
Which is to say tomorrow relative to when you guys will see this, not when we shot it, which was just a couple of days ago. Here we have the 844. Isn't that something?
That is neat.
What a beautiful engine. So this is sort of what we anticipated seeing, was 844 arriving all by itself a few days early. And the plan is to park it right here. And the big boy right here, nose to nose with the 844.
That will be a sight to see.
Won't it just? Unfortunately, about 20 feet away is all this going on. And there's overspray, and there's just, and I'm wondering if this isn't at least part of the reason for the delay. Ogden's all dressed up, but they're just not quite ready to receive guests yet.
I dare say not.
I dare say not. And undoubtedly, the steam crew needs more time. Everybody just needs more time, so they've postponed the 844 trip. This is such a beautiful and historic locomotive, just one of two of the surviving turbine engines. And, it's in need of a paint job, frankly.
Yes, they take a beating.
And so they're working on that. They're just way behind schedule. We've had weather and a bunch of issues, and, they're just way behind schedule. They did assure us here that they will be ready to receive guests, but on May 8th.
I never get tired of looking at these old engines.
These are some beautiful and historic locomotives here, mostly diesel. I noticed that they've been working on paint here too. The Rio Grande and Southern Pacific engines have been at least partially repainted, and they're looking really sharp.
I always like the Rio Grande. To me, it looks like a tiger.
Yeah, and it was so easy to take these for granted. They were all over the place a few years ago. Same with SP here. I love their really weird headlight configurations. And this funny little switch engine looks a lot like the one we just saw up in Evanston.
It does. Oh, look at the caboose.
I love a good caboose. This is a really neat set of cabooses they have here, or caboose or whatever.
Caboose.
This is just a great collection of cabooses of different railroads. Mostly Rio Grande, which is really fun to see, but also Southern Pacific. And the wrecking crane.
Oh, look at that.
This one needs a coat of paint as well.
It sure does.
It's been getting worse by the year. And one of the older UP rotary snow plows. They're still using these things, you know.
Really?
Ed's got one in Cheyenne.
I always like the looks of these water tanks.
They add a lovely industrial quality, don't they? But the depot sure is beautiful, isn't it?
I love it.
It's not terribly old. It's 1927, right at the end of 25th Street. The original depot was here, but it burned in 1927. Ooh, look at that. It says Union Pacific above this door, and it says Southern Pacific above the other door. I'd never even noticed that when we were here for train shows.
Me either.
But when you have the place to yourself, then you can notice things. But it was done to a Southwest style, and that's just really, really pretty.
We sure did have this all to ourselves.
Yeah, there wasn't a soul here
No.
except us. A few employees kind of wandering around. They've got art galleries in here now, a lot of different art galleries. That's sort of its primary function when there's no special event going on. Sadly, this is the only really major station left in Utah that has tracks going to it. So they can still service trains here, which they will be doing in just a few days. And in a few days, this will be, it seems you grabbed a hidden camera there.
I did.
And a selfie.
And a selfie.
Fun.
I always enjoy these trips on the Front Runner.
Yeah, that's just spontaneous. Let's go look and see what's happening with that turbine, and onto the Front Runner, and away we went.
Yes. They're constantly working on these tracks.
Yeah, quite a bit of maintenance on a big railroad like the UP. Well, that's pretty neat.
It is.
I don't think they're going to have the turbine quite ready.
Probably not.
They're going to have it looking nice on some level, not where they wanted it to be, but it'll be what it'll be. So
Right.
if you're coming to see the big boy, you're going to get to see the big blow right along with it.
Exactly.
And it'll be looking as good as they can get it in the short amount of time they have left.
Yes.
And it gave us a chance to see the depot,
Yes.
which
it
is
did.
something we don't. Usually we're getting stepped on, and
We're just trying to get in there. The wind is howling. It's always cold. And
it's cold, it's snowy,
yeah.
there's people, there's dogs, it's, well, it's a train show.
Everybody and their dog.
Yes. I've been known to be a service animal myself. we digress. Anyway, should be amazing, and the big boy will be sitting there on that track we showed you really, really soon, in just a few days. So that's pretty darn amazing. Well, if you haven't been over the channel, do pop over to the channel, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, because then you'll be notified when the big boy is sitting on those tracks, and that there's footage of that to look at.
Always.
And the easy way to subscribe, are we ready for it?
Yeah.
The blue button.
Ready?
Zoink! Right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Tuesday or thereabouts with some more fun. We'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.